comes to online, there are some people that are concerned about you, and they will always meet you anytime they know you. Now, what's digital presence? What are the features? It's saying know thyself and grow thyself. When you talk about knowing yourself, you see, most people, they don't understand this aspect. When you know yourself, you have to, that means you identify your strength and your weakness, your niche. You identify your niche. When you identify your niche, then you begin to grow it. You begin to develop it. That is one of the things that digital presence provides us with. You begin to grow who you are. A lot of people, the last place they were is the place they remain. Am I communicating? The last place they were is the place they remain. They are not growing. They are not developing. Are you getting it? In digital presence, you see, most people don't understand. When they go online, they are busy using their phone to do a lot of things on WhatsApp, on Facebook, things that are not relevant to them. Are you getting the concept? Things that are not relevant to them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you look at things that are not relevant to people, you discover that, oh, then digital presence is gone. Do you understand? Digital presence is no more. So if digital presence is no more, if digital presence is gone, then you ask yourself, what exactly are you getting involved with? What exactly are you doing? What exactly are you becoming? Do you understand what I'm saying now? And that's where the issue of digital presence comes. Digital presence is saying you know yourself, you identify yourself, then you grow yourself, you develop yourself, you become, you understand, you take yourself to a higher level, to a better level, and that's what digital presence is about. So when you talk about growing yourself, at times some people grow physically. Take for example now, I wish some people are in the house. Say for example now, you completed a program, maybe your PhD program, maybe you just bagged a new degree. Do you understand? That should be reported as you are growing. You understand? It should be reported as you are growing. That's digital presence. That's what digital presence means. It means that you are reporting, you are growing yourself. So in digital presence, one of the major features is you know yourself and you grow yourself. It's very, very important. Presence occurs within the moment. And I still want to explain that but as we go on, you will see it. The digital presence is also talking about call to action. By the time you are online and you are really recognized online, you discover that people will be responding to what you do online. That's why I tell people, I explain to them that digital presence does not really cover much when you talk about what people do on WhatsApp. It doesn't reflect you in terms of digital presence at all. So most of the things we just type on WhatsApp, they are just mere discussion and at times waste of time. What's the importance of digital presence? One, it helps you get more opportunities as you are easy to be found. Do you understand now? Now, one of the things you see about digital presence is that when people can find you, they can discover where you are, they can discover who you are, you discover that you have more opportunities. You have more opportunities. Do you understand what I'm saying now? Because people can call you. In fact, I am a beneficiary of such. I've received calls from different people. Oh, we saw your work online. We want to be part of you. Someone saw my video online and said, oh, this is wonderful. I wish we can partner. I wish we can work together. So you have more opportunities as you are involved with digital presence. The websites and social media platforms, they are excellent marketing tools. For the younger generation, you see, let me tell you one thing. People want you to help them market. And one of the best areas is social media platforms. I tell people, don't waste your involvement in any social media platform. What you are supposed to do is to have presence in the social media platform. You should have presence. Are you getting it now? So those are the things you need to understand and you need to engage with. Have presence in the social media platforms. So apart from you having presence in social media platforms, you discover that one thing you are supposed to as well do is you must find a way. This is cost-effective methods of sending out information to thousands of people. When we want to hold this class, we send information to thousands of people, but we made a single advert, a single poster. Those are the importance of digital presence. So when you have digital presence, if you want to do anything, you want to market anything, you discover that you don't need to make posters so many and be distributing. No, not at all. You just a single one and you are there. So what else? How do we get this digital presence up? One of the ways is through digital branding. Oh, digital branding, so important. I want you to take time to study this. In digital branding, you see what we are having here. You have identity, you have credibility, you have visibility. Yes, those three. I wish you can write that down. Digital branding, identity, credibility, and visibility branding. Now, you see, when we talk about identity, you remember you have a name. That's part of your identity. There is a name you should be called, and I'll be teaching you the features of identity. Some people, they have different names online. It is wrong. Your Google, your LinkedIn, your YouTube, if you have YouTube channels, your Instagram, your Twitter handle, your email, all these things together, it should give you an identity. Another thing about identity and visibility, look at the way I look now. My hair, I keep my hair. Do you understand? That's an identity. Digitally, you need an identity. My identity now is Dr. Dayo Shobowale. That's an identity. You should have an identity. How are you called? What are you called? These are the issues you have to work on. And that is what we mean by identity. Are you getting it now? What are you called? Where are you called? These are the things that you have to understand and you have to follow adequately. You understand? You have to understand and you have to follow adequately. That's where the issue of identity comes in. You don't just go by any name. Some people, they are Dayo Shobowale on Twitter. When they get to LinkedIn, they are Dayo Tony. You understand? They will bring up their middle name. They will be David Shobo. Do you understand? You see, by the time you look at those things, it doesn't give you an identity. You are creating a conflicting identity, and it is usually not a positive one in the digital world. Are you getting it now? It's not a positive one in the digital world. So because of that, you have to be careful. You must understand what digital presence means. You need to understand it. You need to understand it. So digital presence is saying that you need to have an identity. Then you must have visibility. When I take, for example, I'm saying that, I'm a pastor. And if you call yourself a pastor, your visibility should not show you as an entertainer. If you call yourself an entertainer, it should not show you as an allergy. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you're an engineer, your dressing, your visibility should reflect it. If you are a lawyer, your visibility should reflect it. If you are a teacher, it should reflect it. Whatsoever you are, a digital presence is talking about visibility, and credibility is very important. Credibility is talking about your faithfulness. Credibility is talking about how much you take care of the things you do and how you do them. That's credibility. So by the time we move on, you see that how do you create professional digital presence? There are 6 ways you have to share your passions. This is something I always tell people. You look at what I'm teaching you now. I'm teaching you an area that I can teach for another 10, 20 hours non-stop. As a matter of fact, immediately after your class, I'm starting another class because this is my passion. This is my area of peculiarity. This is my area of interest. So you share your passion. Your interests are what help people to get to know you the more. When you have your interest, people will get to know you and they will get to respect you. Then you find your niche. Make sure your online presence is unique and stands out from any potential competition. I don't know if any one of you have been opportune to read my write-up. You realize that my niche, I don't toy with it. I always write in my area of specialty, and I always encourage people to follow it and to abide by it. So you must, as a matter of fact, find your niche and you expand it, you establish it, you allow people to know it, and you allow people to understand your niche. So your niche is very, very important. Find your niche. You see, when you talk about niche, we are talking of your area of strength. Your own might be counseling, your own might be writing, your own might be teaching, like I'm doing now. Do you understand now? It's an area of niche. Everybody has an area. Some, their own is organizing, some is designing, some is marketing. All these things. Now, if you are marketing, look at the younger ones that we have. If you are marketing, you can be employed by different people. You understand? If you are a good writer, We have people who want to pay content developers. Do you understand? And these are issues that you can maximize and really benefit from. So apart from that, what is the next thing? How do you create a digital presence? One of the ways you build an email list, then you, most importantly, you create value, and you must be active online. You create value. Creating value means you are not, you see, when people go to social media and they begin to just abuse people and what have you, they are not creating value. Such people are not going to have a tenable or reasonable digital presence because they are not creating value. You should be active online, but you should be active creating value, not just active running about for no reason. How to create digital presence? You understand? As I said, what I stated there, the continuation is this: set your goals. When you are coming into the digital world, ask yourself, what do you want to do? I've told you from what we have been doing, graphics is one of the things you can do. Some people are ready to pay you because you are their designer. Do you understand? You have people pay you for logo. Naturally, to design a single logo, people collect 5,000, even some 10,000, depending on if it is individual, it's 5,000. If it is a corporation, it can be 10, it can be 30,000, and you can develop yourself, you can develop your skills in logo design through what you have been taught in class. Do you understand? So that is why you have to set your goals. Then I explained to you about blogging. I'm still going to explain to you more about blogging. Blogging is in two different phases. For the younger ones, you can learn how to design a blog. Digital presence is you have to set your goals. When you set your goals, you know exactly what you want to achieve and how you want to achieve it. That's something digital presence does for you. You know what you want to achieve, you know how you want to achieve it. You understand? And that will give you a very good platform to be part of the generation that has been doing well in the digital world. So you have to be consistent and you have to create value. That's something else I think I need to explain to you. You know, when we talk about digital presence, consistency matters a lot. Like those of us who are involved in blogging now, for example, when I blog and I send information to people, you see that at times in my blogging career, I can have posts going out every 2 days. I posted yesterday. I'm going to be posting tomorrow again. That is one thing we do with digital presence. I'm going to be posting tomorrow because I just have to be consistent and I create value. Now you see that I discovered that within about 3 months of posting in the digital world, I have almost going to 8,000 readers worldwide. Do you understand? And I've posted about 24 posts. So that tells you what digital presence can do for you. It will help you. You begin to, as we move on, you will get exactly what I'm saying about it. So you have to be consistent and you have to consistently create value. It's not just being consistent. You have to consistently create value. And that is where digital presence really counts, because digital presence is very major for us to be part of. So now let's move on to the next thing, which is platforms for digital presence. What platforms are you going to use to be involved in digital presence? What platforms are you going to use? Look at the platforms there. Now you see that when you talk about the platforms that we will use for digital presence, we have different platforms. Twitter is a platform. And now I want you to get this. What is your Twitter handle? Let's do some tests now. Let's do some tests. I'll be asking questions. I want you to please reply. What's your Twitter handle? If you have a Twitter handle, just say yes. What's your Twitter handle? If you have a Twitter handle, say yes. If you have a Twitter handle, say yes. Just type yes. Twitter handle. Let me read from you. Do you have a Twitter handle? How many of you have Twitter handles? My own is my Twitter handle is Dr. Shobowale. My Twitter handle is Dr. is at Dr. Shobowale. At Dr. Shobowale. That's my Twitter handle. Now, what's your Twitter handle? Do you have a Twitter handle? If you don't have, just tell me you don't have a Twitter handle. Just say no, because there's something we are going to be showing very shortly. I've been waiting for some of us to be part. You remember what I said earlier? I spoke to you about the importance of digital presence. That's how you are, what you show, what everybody says about you. So you have Twitter, you have LinkedIn, you have Facebook. How many of you are on Facebook? If you're on Facebook, just say yes. You're on Facebook, you have a Facebook account. Just say yes. I'm going to be showing you very shortly because I want to check. Just say yes if you're on Facebook account. If you have Facebook, just type yes for me, let me see. Then Instagram, email, video channels. Now, for digital presence to be effective, you must have all these. You must have your Twitter handle, you must have your LinkedIn, you must have your blog site, your SEO, your website, your digital activity. You understand? Digital activity is talking about how often your images show online. How often your images show online will tell us about your digital activity. Then you must avoid digital redundancy. I have told you that when we go on WhatsApp, what we type on WhatsApp does not really have any addition to our digital presence. It doesn't at all. So let's move on and check for practicals. So in our practicals today, we'll be checking what is our digital presence. I have gone online to check your digital presence, and I have this to show for some of us. Now, I didn't check all, I didn't report all, but at least I reported one or two. Now, we have Mr. Isiaka Adelabu. I've checked his own. Can you see what I have about him online? Online, now when you type inside, I was showing us something. Look at this. Mr. Isiaka Adelabu, we went to check. Now, look at his digital presence. Nigerian Polytechnic short amid rift between lecturer. Now, that when you go to type about Mr. that means that, okay, good. Analysis 2019 elections. Agomajimo be helped APC. FG inaugurates road project in Edepoli. So this, you see, you don't want funny thing about digital presence. This that I have checked now, that is the digital analysis about this person. Do you understand now? Now, you see, that is why we need to intentionally create our presence. That means that this person does not have his own presence. So what is being reported about him has to do with maybe his work or something. Do you understand? So, and this is not the best. That is why in digitalization, that I always tell people, I'm sorry, I have to apologize to the younger generation, but I always tell them that digitalization is even meant for adults. Because if you check youth, you may not be able to get their lives like this. Now, this now is what we have to work on. Because this cannot be, if this is what the record they give to us about a person is not the best. You understand? Because it is this, there is no story written by that person here about himself. What we are having here is what the government, okay, Facebook, yes, Twitter, yes, Instagram, yes, but using different names like, no wonder. You have to change my engineers. My engineers, I will get to your name now, you will see. I've gone to check your own too. So my guy here, we have to work on your digital presence so that people will not be, now, you did not write anything about yourself. There is no record that you have done anything about yourself. There are someone, everything here is what they have reported about you. This cannot be allowed to continue. It's very wrong. It's not going to work. So let's look at the graphics. In the graphics, can you see now, Mr. Isiaka Adelabu, if you type it online, these are the graphics you will see. Now, there is nobody here. Of course, we know there is an Adelabu in Ibadan who happens to be the popular Adelabu and what have you. Are you getting it now? But the fact remains that the picture of the person called Isiaka Adelabu is not even here at all. And this is what we must create. You must have a digital presence. Isaac Adilabu, a chartered accountant, a fellow of that body, with that high position, someone who has gotten that far. We cannot allow someone else to be bearing our name. You understand? We cannot allow someone to bear our name. So we have to work very deeply on this. Let's move on because of our time. There are a lot of things. So that's what we are talking about, digital presence. And that's why I want to ensure that the elderly ones don't miss this class, because this class is a target, is something that will really help you to understand digital presence, to understand digitalization. Now look at Engineer Adebayo Abdul Fatai. Engineer Adebayo Abdul Fatai, this is Abdul Fatai Adebayo, is a mechanical engineer. Yes, you understand? This is a record about you from LinkedIn. This gives you have minimal digital presence. What do I call it, sir? Minimal digital presence. Mr. Adelabu has 0 digital presence. Engineer Adebayo has minimal digital presence. Adebayo that profile is Facebook. You understand? Now, Engineer Adebayo Joseph Sunday. You can see this is not you. Fatai Bakari. So this is LLP. That is not you. You understand? So okay, is that you? Your business plan, engineering, environmental accounting, accountant. Okay, this is you. Now, Institute of Kwara. Now, I wanted to ask, is this you? Are you the one here? This last one, you understand? Because this one now is recording for me minimal digital presence. How do I know it is minimal? Look at the picture now. You understand? Look at the picture now. You understand? You see that a lot of different people. This is you. You are the first person here, if I'm not mistaken. You understand? Then we have some other people's picture that are not yours. You understand? So you have to, that's digital presence. It's minimal. You have digital presence, but very minimal. Very minimal digital presence. And we need to work on that to ensure that you have a better output, a better performance. That is exactly what we are talking about in terms of digital presence. Now, because of our time, let's move on. Look at digital presence here. This is my own digital presence. Dr. Dayo Shoboale, can you see what I'm saying now? Everything here is I've taken over. This is Google. Do you understand? I've taken over completely because you see, initially, sir, my people here, Josephine Olalere, Mr. Adelabu, and Engineer Fatai. Let me explain to you that when I also started, I had no picture of myself because of the name Shola Shobowale. You know, Shola Shobowale is a very popular person. You understand? Her name was everywhere on my profile, just as Adelabu in Ibadan has taken over my Oga's name here. Do you understand? But what I did was I now created my digital presence. Do you understand? Through blogging, through writing, I developed myself. Engineer Abdul Fatai, with what you know, you have not been writing on engineering. That's it. I went to check you on engineering. They didn't mention your name because you have not been writing. You have not been contributing in the area of engineering. Digital, you have minimal digital presence, but you can do better. You can move on better. You understand? That is the ideology behind digital presence. My God, we just have to sit down. And this is the reason I've been saying we need to get this done, because a lot of people don't understand. If your name is typed somewhere, it should be coming out with your detail. It should be saying that, oh, he's a deputy rector in Federal Polytechnic. And then it should be saying that he's an accountant, a chartered accountant. It should be selling you. What is your business between lecturer and whatsoever? Why? If they just mention your name, that is where Google can get your name. And that's not what it should be. When we get to your picture, when we get here, it should bring all your picture. When we follow the right things, I'm telling you, within 2-3 months, you will discover that anytime they type your name, is going to bring out everything about you. You must take over your name. Nobody must take your name from you. You see, so what are the features of digital branding? One of the features is the company you work for. That is what Mr. Adelabu enjoyed. The company he's working for is the one that brought his name to that place. You understand? So the company you work for, professional bodies like engineers, lecturers, lawyers, medics, or accountants. your professional bodies can be of help to you. So you need to understand. You see, a lot of people are not getting this. When we talk about digital presence, when they mention your profession, your name must come. When they mention your name, your profession must show. That is how digital presence is being valued. Are you getting it? And that is what will help you to make a name. People know you in your place of work. It's not enough. It's not enough, brethren. They must know you beyond your place of work. They must know you beyond where you are. It's not enough. And I believe God will help us as we move on, because we have to get these things very clear. You must be represented in the digital world. You cannot afford to do, where are we going to just go without leaving a mark? And that will take us to the next topic, which is the issue of the next topic, which is the issue of digital footprint. You need to live and live with a mark. Do you understand? And that is what will take us to the last part of today's lecture, which is digital footprint. I'm going to be taking you through digital footprint very shortly. I believe you can see my screen. It's talking of online training class that we are going to have here on digital footprint. Now, what are the facts about digitalization? That's something we first need to understand. If you want to succeed, now that you have seen digital presence, how serious it is, if you want to succeed with digitalization, you must have a niche. Engineer, you are a mechanical engineer. Which area are you specializing on? Sir, that is your niche. That is an area. As a father, maybe you are a religious cleric, for example, and you want to write about religion. Which aspect of religion? When I was working on an aspect today, I went to check some parts of the Quran to check what exactly does the Quran say about independency of a person in relation to the Almighty Allah. And by the time I was checking, I saw some people, they have written so much in that area. Engineer, what area are you picking? That's what we are talking about. If you read my blog, you see that I write about human development. I don't write anything about religion. I write about human development, personal development. I'm an engineer too, but of course, I'm a computer engineer. I only write about computing. I don't bring in the engineering aspect of it because that's not my niche. You must have a niche. Which area do you want to base on? Then another thing is that, of course, you have grown your career over the years. What the challenges in growing a career, the rudiments of having a successful career, you can write on this. Are you getting this, sir? You must have a niche. Oh, my guy who is an accountant, for example, a chartered accountant, in accounting, which aspect are you interested in most? Now, in fact, you have handled what you have done that I know of personally in cooperatives and the rest. It's a niche you can write on. A lot of people want to pay you for your knowledge in that area, but you have not been able to maximize it. That is exactly what I'm talking about, because it's only those of us who know you that appreciate you. There are some people that they need to read about you. They need to understand your profile. They need to see how good you are at what you do. Then they will engage you. You don't need to travel to them. They will seek your counsel. They will pay you. People, you imagine, I spoke to someone for about 3 hours, and the person was like, well, I'm sorry. I said, he's not being sorry. Just send the money for the counsel. The person sending money, and I appreciated the person. Are you getting the concept? The idea is some people, they don't need to see you, but they want to drink from your wealth of experience. So you need a niche. Accountancy. Which aspect of accountancy? With your experience in management. Which aspect? Why is it that people hardly complain about your person? Your humility. What me writing about it? Advising those who are coming behind. Conflict resolution. These are areas you must have a niche. Look, it will be a cheat on the world if we don't deliver what we already contain. And that's what digitalization does. Digitalization will make you to deliver those things to everybody, and they have to understand. And that's what moves us to the next thing: originality. Who exactly are you? You need to understand yourself and be original. That's it. You have to be original. Don't go into what is not your business. Don't go into what is not your field. You can't be everywhere. You are not God. So the area that you are good at, eat at it, then be consistent. If you are going to be writing, you can write once a week, you can write once in 2 weeks. You understand? That's why I keep saying it. Like engineer Abdul Fatai now, Joshua Lalere, and Mr. Dilapu, you must all have your blog. You imagine we have Abdul Fatai, adebayoabdulfatai.com. You understand? A consultant on M&E, building services. The services design are private to our clients. Oh, good. You see, these are the things I'm saying. Engineers, with what you have written to me now on this chat, these are the things that should promote you. This is what you should be known for. And people will be calling you. You are a consultant. They will call you man. You need that. You need a blog. It's www.adebayoabdulfatai.com. Then you begin to write. You showcase your work. You explain your your area of expertise and what have you, and those are the things we have. So originality, consistency, patience. Then it will take time, or you will not say, oh, doctor has said I must do it, and once I do it, everybody must start to call me immediately. No, it will take time. Then don't lie so that you can last. You see, you don't need to online. You don't tell lies. Tell us who you are, not who you are not. That's why we say don't lie so that you can last. So what are those are the facts about what are the materials for digitalization? You need your Android phone, you need your tablet. The elderly people get a tablet. The way I'm seeing engineers sitting down now, it shows that you may not be using your phone. Maybe you are using your laptop. Some people can connect their laptop to their TV. You understand? So you need a tablet for elders. That's why I did this. You can see this elderly man with tablet. Then the younger ones, you need laptops. These are things we need to understand. What are the required digital skills? General skill. What you need most is thinking. Thinking capacity is your mental capacity. And that's one thing that is important. And that is what the adults have. Mental capacity. You need your mental capacity, your thinking capacity is germane. It's very important. Then you need to learn how to handle the phone. You know, some people, someone will say, I cannot download Zoom. What is Zoom? I don't know the meaning. There is nothing you don't know. There is nothing that is as difficult as the examinations you wrote that brought you to the level you are today. Phone is easy. Just open your mind that there is nothing there you cannot know. Do you understand? Then your graphics design, you are learning it already. Please, I want to plead with you. Those who are older than us, they have learned from us. Those who are older than us, they have learned about this. We have people who are, at least I'm sure, we have trained people who are 63, 65, 69, and they got these things. So please, graphics design, so that when someone is celebrating birthday, Ileya is coming now next, Ileya is coming about a month's time. During the layer period, you don't need to start saying, you design, you send it out. You wish people the happy death tree, then you barricade the salary, rather, then you send it out. Then they will read and they'll be excited. You see, courtesy, your name will be there. Do you understand what we are saying? So those are the things you look at. So professional skills, content development. Everybody here who has a career and has been growing in it can develop content development. Video editing, that's another course. The younger ones need that more than more than the elderly ones. Now, what are the challenges of digitalization? Are we saying that digitalization is all free? The answer is no. It has challenges. One, poor network. Look at the way I'm enjoying you and you are enjoying me now because there is network. Are you getting the concept now? But when the network is poor, the best thing is to reschedule. I almost rescheduled the class on Friday, but you understand, but good enough, we were able to manage, and I appreciate your patience. And we have sent the video to you. I believe you have been able to watch it. Now, today, look at the way I'm talking, there is a flow because there is network. So we need to understand this issue of network. When it is poor, just reschedule, don't trouble yourself. Do you understand? Then the issue of security. What is important, which I want to draw our attention to, is this idea of distractions. A lot of us are not disciplined. When we pick up our phone, you want to check something on LinkedIn, then you go to Facebook. You'll be on Facebook for 10, 20, 30 minutes, some 1 hour. What are you checking? You don't know. You must be focused. If there's any time we need discipline, it's the issue of phone. Some people say phone waste time. It's not true. Phone is what a lot of people are using today to make money. Can my phone waste my time? Now, you look at my phone now. I'm connecting with my phone. Do you understand? So there is no way you will want to call me and I'm going to pick the phone. You understand? Because I'm making money. I'm doing business with the phone. Let us see the good side and let us do it very well. Another thing you now need to understand is your health. Like now, this I'm going to sit till 10 o'clock because immediately after your class, I'm starting another class. Do you understand? So what do I need to do? I must exercise my body. I must exercise my body because you have long sitting. When you have to exercise your body, then your eyes, make sure, don't tell me your eyes are very good. Use glasses. The phones, you remember that the elderly ones here, you will remember that your younger days, there is nothing for you to pick and not so close to your eyes, the way we do the phones. No matter how they do it, phone is something you take. Nobody can take television, can sit so close to a television the way we sit close to our phones and our laptops. Now, what's the difference between your laptop and your TV set? Do you understand? So the screen is there. You are looking straight into the screen. It will have its effect. So please use your glasses. Use your glasses. If it is not recommended, use a sunshade to make sure you protect your eyes. Thank you. God bless you. We are going to the last part of today's lecture, which is digital footprint. Digital footprint. This is something very important for us. Footprint is talking about the things we do online. It's talking about our steps. You remember that the elderly ones, there is a saying by the elderly ones that may our path not be like a snake who pass through maybe the wall or wherever without a mark. But in the digital world, you don't need that prayer. Your path cannot be like a snake. How do I mean? Let's get at it. What's digital footprint? The information about a particular person that exists on the internet as a result of their online activity. Do you know that everybody here has information that exists about him or her, painfully enough, without his knowledge or her knowledge? Please, this point is very important. I want us to listen carefully. That exists on the, as a result of the online activity. When you go online to check anything, to do anything, everything that they ask you to do, everything that you want to, that you're expected to do, your online activity, everything, all the information about what you do, that's what comes to your digital footprint. It is a trail of data you create while you are using the internet. It includes the website you visit, the emails you send, and information you submit online. To online services. You see, I always laugh at the younger ones or some people, don't let me be specific, that will go online, they will be checking immoral sites like pornographic pictures or some immoral site, and by the time someone is coming, they will quickly cover it, thinking that nobody sees it. They are making a mistake. Everything you check, every website you visit, everything is being stored and kept for life. A passive digital footprint is a data trail you unintentionally. The fact is that you don't even know that this thing is there. The day I got to know this, I was shivering. You understand? You don't know. You unintentionally leave it online because I was like, wow, so this is what is happening even in the digital world. So every site you visit, everything you type that you think has gone because you deleted it. No, it's not deleted. It is your online identity and individuality. And that is what makes you unique. It builds the online reputation. I love that word. Online reputation. You see, oh, doctor, I retired from public service. Wow. And I decided to take this. It's a job which I've a lot of time. Yes. Oh, that's good. That's good. This is wonderful. My engineers, I'm going to call you after this class so that we can discuss further. Oh, yeah. But sir, can you imagine now, as a retiree, you have to now write. You are going to have a blog. You will see it when we get to the end of today's class. We'll soon be rounding up. You need a blog to even advise the retirees. This is what I'm saying. Look, everything you wrote here now. Some people, how many people can attend this class at your age? You know what it means to be a retiree, sir? Do you understand? People want to learn from you. We have a lot of retirees that they think it's over once they have retired. Do you understand? We have a lot of retirees that are confused. You are a good example of what a retiree should be like, and you need to tell others about it. Simple writing. I'm going to call you after the class because in fact, I'm excited with what you have typed. For you to have even typed this on a chart as long as this, it shows that you are only retired, you are not tired. You are still firing. So but what we are saying is that this thing should not just be there without a record. You must have a record of them. So let's move on, sir. So now it says that it is your online identity and individuality, and it's what makes you unique. You see, it builds your online reputation. That's something I want you to take note of. The comments you make on social media, your Skype calls, the application you use, everything makes up your digital footprint. It is part of your online history. Can you imagine that? You have digital history, online history. I can potentially be seen by other people, or it can be tracked in a database. Now let's look at it. What's digital footprint? Your profile on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn. That's your footprint. Now look at something here. Photographs of you that you or anyone else have posted online. That's your digital footprint. Any photograph of you that has been posted, anything you have written or has been written about you, for instance, on discussion boards. My boss, sir, you know that you are not the one who wrote the issue of rift between lecturer. You understand? But when they type your name, that thing came up. And that's where we are talking about digital footprint. Everything written about you, for instance, on discussion boards, on forums, on blogs, or in articles, all these things make up your digital footprint. Those are the things that will be mentioned about you. Now let's move on. That's why you discover that, I don't know if you have gone to embassy of recent, they don't conduct any interview again. When you get to embassy, they just sit you down. Once they check your face, they know you are the one, they will ask you to go. They will check your digital footprint, everything you have been doing online. They determine that about you, and they decided they are going to give you or not. It is important to be aware of it because anything posted online is permanent. The participants of this class, can you get this very clear? Anything posted online is permanent and it stays there forever, regardless of being deleted. Even if you think you have deleted it, even if you think your phone is spoiled, even if you think you flash your phone, everything you post online is permanent and it stays there forever. You understand? Your digital footprint is often used to obtain personal information about you, such as demographics, your religion, your political affiliation, your interests. Information could be gathered. There's something we call cookies. We in the computer world, it's a program, we write it. But the moment you visit or you open any website, anyone, if you just open it, that's why anything that you know people should not see, don't say. Anything they shouldn't see, don't visit it. Don't type it, and that is what will help you in your digital footprint. Now, how do you develop a strong digital footprint? You have to post on Facebook, the filling out online forms, you understand, so you are signing up and receiving mail text. You know, I have a blog now. If you read my blog and you comment on it, you are increasing your digital footprint, a positive one. Do you understand? And then you are developing digital friendship. What are the features of digital footprint? Of course, we have to publish. You understand? When your publishing is very, very important. Your post, your tweet, all these things are the things that make up your digital footprint. Now, what are the features of digital footprint? I want to quickly check those features of digital footprint. Number one is, features of digital footprint. Yes, the first one is this. Think before you post. Before you pay anything, please think. Read it again. Are you sure this is right? Are you sure you can defend this? You understand? Think before you post. A lot of people post and they now think. It's not wise. It's not wise. You have to be very careful. The use of words, the way you do things, think before you post. Every picture still lives. Every post never dies. This is called your digital footprint. Think before you post. Everything you have ever put on the internet with your name on it makes up your digital footprint. Your digital footprint and everything in it stays with you. Do you understand? Your digital footprint and everything in it stays with you. So how do we get rid of our digital footprint? Well, you can't, but you can keep it clean. Can you get that, my people? You can't. You can't. Everything you have ever put on the internet, it is there forever. So you see what we are saying, digital footprint. You have to understand. So here are steps to follow. If you want to keep your digital footprint clean, then you must do what? You must make sure that you keep yourself private. There are some, if your private life remains your private life. Our fathers in the house, let's warn our children. Everything, you know, some people, we are going to UK, they put it there. We are going to Abuja, they put it there. This one, they put it there. It's not necessary. No, that's not what digitalization is about. It is for you to promote yourself. You want to counsel someone, you put the message there. How to succeed as a worker. How to be a successful consultant. Those are the things you can push. It's not bringing your life, your private life there. Then you have to think before you post, and be careful the people you follow and the people that follows you. These are things you have to understand. So digital footprint is talking about your personal presence, then your education, then your potential. Those three things, your personality, your profession, and your potential, combine them and make them good. Please combine them and make them great. These are the things that will help you to last. You understand? So let's move on. Developing. Now, look, I now try to check what digital footprint is. By the time they check you among the people, I checked now, developing education among students. You understand? The people they are going to write here, if you are an educationist and you don't have any record of this, there is no way. That means your digital footprint in educational line is not recognized. You understand? Engineer, if I check you now in engineering, they will not write your name. And that is where you have to improve your digital footprint. Let me give you an example. There is something I have been writing on, is the issue of mentality and reality. I use that as an example for you to get. Now, if you go online and you type mentality versus reality, this is my picture. You know, I didn't type my name. I only typed mentality versus reality. Look at my picture coming up. Why? Because I have contributed in that regard. So worldwide, they recognize me as an authority in that field. Mentality versus reality. Now, and that's how to create your digital footprint. Now, by the time I check it last week, it has brought me to this level. Do you understand now? Mentality versus reality. Are you getting it? Because it has looked at it that this man is contributing a lot in that regard. And that's why the picture is showing this way. And of course, by the time I check it, it's now saying, oh, in fact, the way we are rating you, you have been the one who have written more on it than most people have written. And Google is, I always tell people, Google is watching. Now, if I type on an area in accountancy, my Oga, in the next 2 months, I want to see your name, your picture come up like this. This is possible. I'm telling you, once we begin to work on it, I'm going to call you after this class as well. So that is how to pick digital footprint. Now, I want to tell you, the another issue is you take over your name. Look at what I've done. If you check my name, if you go to Google now and you type my name, you see that it's all my picture. Take over your name. 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 This is very, very important. When people, because by the time we grow and we are no more, what will remain of us in terms of our record is what we have in the digital world. And it's very, very important. And I'll be showing you that very shortly. After the issue of taking over your name, there's something I now call digital immortality. That means we are all going to stay for life. If digitally, we will remain alive for life. Digitally, and that's why you must build it's like digital immortality is a result of what government is doing now by contributory pension. You know, you contribute what you want to collect. So what you want your great grandchildren to say about you in the next 100 or 200 years, it is now that you are going to write it. This is, you can see all these people. This is Martin Luther King. This is Mandela. This is Bimbo Dukoya. This is Kiari. This is Shagari. You understand? This is Ababa. Awolowo. You understand? Whatsoever we are going to be reading, it's online. It's online. And that's why you cannot afford to say you are not concerned. You must be concerned. Because after we are no more, what will remain of us is what is online. It's what is online. It's not the story anybody. Tell your story yourself. What record your great-grandchildren will read about you, great-grandchildren, when they are making reference to you, it's online. And that's why we have to work on this digital footprint and work on it so seriously. It's very important to do it, and we have to do it very seriously. So this is how digital immortality works. So now, area of digital footprint, your digital name, as I've said it, I'm going to work with an engineer after the class. What are the right names? How do you fix the names? Your digital name. It must create uniqueness. It must create uniqueness. It must be unique and uniform. Yes, unique and uniform. Your digital name, unique and uniform. Yes, unique and uniform. That digital name. Then your digital profession. That's asks you what exactly do you want to do in the digital world. So this must be unique and uniform. Yes, unique and uniform. So digital niche specialty, then digital friendship. Like I am your digital friend, you are my digital friend. All these things are very, very important. Now, digital investment or digital sacrifice. If you want to blog, I will advise, in fact, you must blog. With 50,000 naira, you have blog, your name, www.adebayoabdufatai.com, www.isiakaadelabu.com. You understand? And that's all. Then you now begin to blog. The digital, you just need it. You need it. With this, I will design your blog for you. Then you will begin to write, then we'll be posting for you. You understand? You just write instead of you write and there's no record. There'll be records. There'll be records. I will show you my blog after we are done. Then if you have a business and nobody in the class has business, then you can go into having a website. Then social media, of course, what you do is to have time for that. So those are the things that we have to give. I want to advise and encourage you to ensure that you get involved in this. You get, yes, I have a text message. Excuse me, sir, I'd like to go to, okay. Oh, yes, we are rounding up now. So that is the last thing. The next thing I should come up with is interactive session. Thank you so much. I believe you have been able to learn one or two things. How was the class today? I hope very fine. I appreciate you all. Yes, I can have one or two comments from your view about the class. Thank you so much. So the graphics class will continue on WhatsApp platform. This is the last class on Zoom. So with the graphics class now, once we are done, we'll be giving our certificate. Do your assignment and submit. Any question, please just send me a message. I'm ready to answer. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you wonderfully. Thank you, sir.